Hey y'all, it's Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and welcome to Saturday Morning Makes. I have a lot to share with you today. Actually, I will possibly even break it up into two videos because there's a lot. Let me just go ahead and jump in. So I wanted to play with this particular stamp from WOW. I actually won it in a giveaway. Gosh, I don't even know how long ago it's been, but I think it's beautiful and very excited to play with it because I just hadn't yet. So there it is stamped out. Here's another one stamped out. I need to go ahead and stick it in there. And the cards that I made were these three, and they're all a variation on a theme. So a few weeks ago, I had watercolored these panels, kind of the faux dip dye. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Christina Werner or not. I'm sure you are. But she does this faux dip dye, and so I took that technique and I did this little panel, and then this little panel, and then this one, and they have just been sitting in my stash since I painted them. And the other day when I got this out, these panels were just sitting on my desk, and I said, aha, I know what I'm going to do. So here they are. I will lay them all out. Let me make sure you can see them. This one's upside down. Excuse me, my allergies are kind of going crazy. I am in North Carolina, and it is time for the great pollination. We're having a lot of rain to wash it away, but the allergens are still there. Okay, back to the cards. So I've used a variety of different things. On this one, you can see that I used this thanks over and over for that top, and then thankful for you, because there's some very sweet sentiments in here. Be kind and shine, sparkle with all your heart. I thought they were adorable, which the sparkle with all your heart I put on both of these. Now with these two, the embossing powder I used was not fine detail. You can see that we lost a lot of that beautiful detail. This one maintained it some. This was an ink on 3, the ink on 3 black. No, it's not. It's Lindy's Gang. That one's new to me. It's Lindy's. Let me pull it out if I can get it quickly. Yeah, it's Lindy's. What's the color? Ooh, I don't know. It's just black. If I can find the name, I'll link it downstairs. But yeah, it's Lindy's, and it was very good. I mean, it captured not all of the detail, but a lot of the detail, and I am very happy with it. And then I took my starry colors and did the gold splatter all over everything, and then I layered them up using, excuse me, where is it? Okay, Tim Holtz. It's this watercolor card. Well, I don't think it is watercolor card. It is, I don't know what they call it. Let me see. Tim Holtz Distressed Black Wood Grain Cardstock. It's textured da-da-da-da-da, but it's a beautiful cardstock, and I got it in, I don't know if it was winter or if it was Halloween time, but it really is textured. You can feel the grain, and of course it's two-tone. It's gray and black, and I love it. And this is the first time that I've used it. I was like, stop hoarding, just use. But with each one of them, because I didn't want to waste anything in the middle, I decided I would cut out the middle of all three of them. And then this one, of course, I used it as a frame. And these two, I used it as a matting layer. And you can see that I turned things, and I turned these this particular panel in different directions as well, just to add some interest, something different. And to create my other layers, I pulled out this gold foil matte stack from Die Cuts with a View, and then this one from Tonic, and they're just so nice. I mean, the papers in these are lovely. If you guys don't have these or aren't familiar, and you can see that there's a similar one that I created those stripes with. And look at that, the quatrefoil or arabesque. So pretty, so nice. Yeah. And then this one is where I got this little guy from, and this one as well with the little berries. I just thought that they coordinated nicely. See, that's the little berry twigs. I love a polka dot. That is adorable. I don't know if you saw that one, like the fish scales, mermaid tail. I love a stripe. That's that same script, and it has lots of positive sayings on there. Start somewhere. It'll be okay. You're my favorite. Be awesome today. Stay fabulous. Just shine. Be you. So really, really like this paper pad. I like both of the paper pads a lot, to be honest. And then I just wanted to show you that I use this square. These are from Cottage Cuts. Some of the oldest dies in my stash. Well, they're all tangled. I'm not going to get it out. But this one I used, as well as this set from Pink Fresh. In fact, this one I used a lot with today's cards. Again, tangled really bad, but I just want you to see the design on there. It's like a diagonal stitching. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's really pretty. I like them. The cards were fun. Are they my favorite cards ever? No, I can't say that they are, but I like them, and I'm happy with them. So that's what works for me. And here, I'll just let you see you can see the stitching there. I think that's really pretty. And then of course the blingage. The blingage is from, this calls for confetti, and it is gold hologram. They're absolutely stunning. Let me see if I can get it open here. Do you see that? Look at that sparkle and shine. Woo! Y'all, if you've purchased anything from Lisa over at This Calls for Confetti, let me know downstairs. Let me know what your favorite is so far. Can you see that? The hologram effect going on in there? So yummy. So good. All right, I could go on and on about This Calls for Confetti. In fact, I have to buy, you're not going to believe it, I have to buy a new storage case. So I will likely get mine from Lisa, and at her shop they are called Confetti Cache, C-A-C-H-E. So I'll be getting a confetti cache from my friend Lisa. Okay, so that is that one. Let me see what I want to show you next. So last week I had mentioned that I was creating for a different purpose, and I created a video that actually went live yesterday. It's me practicing the vintage watercolor technique that I learned from the sweet Anna White, who is the person that led me to Miss Jillian of Greenwood Girl Cards, and which is why I'm here ultimately. So I used this beautiful medallion stamp from Altenew. It's old, so I don't know if they still have it or not. I was only able to find it like on Etsy when I was trying to link it to my my other video, which I'll link downstairs as well. So I used that one because I was looking for an image that had lots of open space and not a lot of detail. And while this one is detailed, those details have a lot of open space. And I also pulled out this one from Sassy and Crafty. It's called All the Booze. Lots of open spaces on these guys, right? So I thought these would be great ones to play with. I went through my stash and I pulled out several, but these were the two sets that I landed on. And these are the cards that I made, and I'll talk to you about the rest of the products as we go. So this is the main card that I created, and again, I'll link the video downstairs. Got a little bit of the back is just a mess, but I got a little bit of the fun on the inside as well. And so I stamped it out in Distress ink. Yeah, it wasn't oxide, it was Distress. I think it was Vintage Photo that I used. And then you use the Elegant Rider pen. Let me grab one. I have them in different sizes. I use the 2.0 when I'm doing this. Now this essentially is a calligraphy pen, but the properties of the ink allow it to bleed out in different colors. So I'm not going to show you here because you can go to the video and watch it, but you stamp out your image and then you take the Elegant Rider and you just make little marks along the edges. Let me see if I can show you. Like right here, you can see it's a little bit darker. Right there. And so those are some of the places where I put the Elegant Rider, and I'm still learning. I call this practice because I'm very much still learning. I'm learning that you need an image with lots of open space. I'm learning that you only need a little bit of this because it goes a long way. But I started to talk about the properties. It bleeds out in these beautiful colors. It bleeds out in the purples and the greens and the blues and the grays, and there's even pinks in there somewhere. And I take watercolor crayons and kind of scribble them out on my work surface and add them to different places just to kind of pull out and intensify some of those colors. So you can see I have the Sweet Friend sentiment on there. That is from Honeybee Stamps. I'll try to link it downstairs. I did not pull that out to show you today, but I also have this sweet little trim on the edge. That is from Sunny Studio. This set is old in my stash as well, but it's much loved. I love a sweet little border, and you can use those on anything. It doesn't have to be something sweet or vintage. It can be on anything, really. So let me move that one aside. If you have any questions, please, by all means, on any of these projects, let me know downstairs. Now, this is from, again, from Creek Bank Creations. Oh, the other one was not. The other one was Cottage Cuts. This is Creek Bank, and I think it is my oldest set of dies. Yeah. So use the rectangle on all three of these to cut out the background, right? So let me move that out of the way. So we've got this sweetie, and this sweetie, and this sweetie. And all of them were cut out with that rectangle stitch die. And so the papers are from Stampin' Up, as well as Simon Says Stamp from the card kit from last year. So you can see I've got this sweet little kitty. It's right there. And then I've got the broom behind this guy right there. This is just brown from my stash. These are from Stampin' Up. Let me see if I can put those aside and bring this here. So you see I've got the big polka dot here on the back of this guy. And this little, the background of this one, the black with the kind of yellowy green stars, that is from the Simon Says Stamp pad. But they coordinate so well. And this, gosh, I think I bought this from somebody on a D-Stash Stampin' Up thing years ago. And so you can see there's that. And then these are all double-sided. They're beautiful. They really are. Stampin' Up does designer papers really well. And then this is that one. And it has that on the other side. I'm not going to pull them all out. You get the gist. You get the gist. Oh, so that's the kitties. I do want to see what's on the back of this pumpkin face. Oh, some little stripes and borders and edges. And then of course this one has the little, they look like eyes, but they're just fun diamonds over each of the bats. So anyway, those are the background papers for these three cards. So let me kind of take them one by one. This one was the first one that I did, and there are lots of blunders on it, but I am not mad about it. There's also different things that I did to enhance it. So this looks like, to me, it looks like it's supposed to be a reflection of some sort or a shadow from the pumpkin pail, but it's not. It was a blunder. It just was serendipitous that it looks like it's meant to be there. I can't, for whatever reason, this will not, I don't know if you can see that, but this does not want to stay down. I've glued it and I've held it, and I don't know, it just won't stay down. So anyway, I just went around some of the edges with the Elegant Rider and just bled it out. And I did come back, and you can see that this is a bolder orange, as well as this guy, and his eyes are yellow. And so I came in with those colors of the colored crayon, or the watercolor crayons, and I just used them to intensify. And the same with the black. Actually, it's more purple, but I used both to make sure that the hat was a different color than he was. And then I just came in with, it wasn't the Elegant Rider. I don't know which pen I used. It may have actually been a fine point Sharpie. And then I just added some extra shadow to those darker places just by adding some dots. Then of course I came in with my gel pen to add some highlights. And I also used the gel pen to try to cover up some of the places where it bled outside the lines. Is it incredibly successful? Probably not. But do I love it anyway? You know I do. So that's that guy. Now this one I think turned out really cute. So again, I used the rectangle stitch die, and this was the one from the largest of the ones from Pink Fresh, and you can see it just has that nice kind of embossed edge. This is the smaller one from Pink Fresh with the stitched or diagonal stitched, and then these I just freehanded. I just cut them down with my paper trimmer, and then I just made the dovetail. So you can see, painted him very much the same way, brought in the colors that I wanted to enhance on here with the watercolor crayons. Just again, scribbled them out on my desk, got them wet with water, and picked the pigment up, and I made him green, and I made the hat more orange, which there was already some pinks in there, so I just brought in a pinky orange, and then some more of the greens to make that part of the hat stand out. Now see, over here it bled out, and there it bled out, and here like it's a big brown blob, but I don't hate it. That's part of that unpredictable part. That I didn't say that very well. So the vintage watercolor is very much an unpredictable technique, and I love unpredictable art, and this is part of that unpredictability. So, you know, if you really don't like something, you just take your brush in there and you kind of maneuver it around. You know, you can manipulate your colors and things to go where you want them to go. But if you do that too much, then you're not allowing the supplies, the distress ink, and the oh my gosh, why are my words suddenly gone? The distress ink and the elegant writer, you're not allowing them to interact in a natural or an organic way, because that's what gives you the best results. So yeah, it's not a technique for everybody. I love it. I'm very much about unpredictable art. I love grunge. I love the gel plate, things like that. And I know those aren't for everybody. Distress sprays or any kind of spray. Oh, love, love, love. So, all right, back to this one. So this one I kind of went in a different direction with it being all neutral. And this is this little guy right here. And so this one I really didn't add any other color except to the little piece of candy. I wanted it to stand out different from him. But all those colors on him, that's just the elegant writer and the distress ink. That's just them working their magic together. And there are some areas where the distress was more prominent than the elegant writer, and that's where you get the brown kind of blobs. But I don't hate it. I actually like it. And then the places where they blend together, it's just so, so pretty. And then again, I came in with a kind of a yellowy orange to highlight, if you will, the candy. And then I came in with my white gel pen to add the highlights around him. And the places where it bled out, again, I used the gel pen just to kind of, I don't know, camouflage those a little bit. And then I used the die from My Favorite Things. This one's relatively new to me. I used this one, and so it has that nice embossed edge. And then I used, oh, this isn't the one, but this one is very, this one's dangerous. This one's more for leather, but I used a little sewing wheel to go along the edges to give that faux stitching. I don't know how well you might be able to see that, but that is a technique that I learned from Anna White. So I think it's really fun. Now this bulb pen I got from Amazon. I have different colors. There's this kind of bronzy color, and then I have silver and copper. I don't even know. I have several different colors. And this little spider gem, he's not a gem, he's a charm, that is from Stampin' Up! From several years ago. And I still have some in a little container. Like this calls for confetti container. I have some in a container like this. I just don't know where that container wound up. And I went through all of them. I have 4 of the confetti caches, and it's not in there. There's a space where it belongs, but it's not there. But anyway, it's really cute. I think that was just a different little touch. And then of course I added the little rope, and then some of the sisal. And I used these scraps of brown paper just to kind of give some separation between the image and all the brooms on that cardstock in the back, or that pattern paper in the back. It just, when I had them just together, it was just too muddled, I guess, for lack of a better word. But I liked it with just that little bit of brown to kind of separate them out. But those are those cards, guys. So let me set them aside, because there's a lot going on there. Let me move those. Now these, I just finished this morning, and they're sitting under my laptop so that they would be weighed down while I finished other things, because I used some fun foam to pop them up on the back. So look at those cute little bunny butts. I had so much fun with these. Let me move these other guys out of the way too, so we have plenty of room. Oh, and on that other card, the big medallion, I used a button. I don't know if it was a button from this jar. This is colored, and this is all of my neutrals. They're just jars from Dollar Tree. I've had them for probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. But, yep, those are those jars. And back to these. This little bunny butt die is from Whimsy, and it's brand new. It was just released, I think, on the 1st of March. So it's literally called Bunny Butt. It's very inexpensive, but look at what an impact that has. And I grunged them up because I wanted my bunnies to look like they have been getting into all kinds of mischief, and now they're trying to get through the farmer's fence. And I think it's just fun. It just paints a fun scene, I think. So these two backgrounds, they were used to mop up watercolor paints from a project that I did months and months ago. So again, just sitting in my stash staring at me, I said, okay, I'll use you today. And then I got this stencil out. It's Cloudy. Is that called It's Cloudy? Yeah, It's Cloudy. It's a 6x9, and you can see it has lots of cloud options. Has, of course, the big one all around the edge that gives you lots of differentiation there, lots of variety. And then, of course, the clouds gradiate in size for depending on the scene that you're building, and of course the dimension that you're looking for in your scene. So I think that's really fun. And then my fence is made from planks of wood using this die, and this is called Slimline Fence Die Set, and I had these left over from a Halloween project I did, and so I just used those. And I had a couple pieces of the grass tufts come in there. I don't know if you can see them. I still have tape on them, so they want to stick together, but there's different sizes. There's 4 different sizes and styles of the grass tufts. And so this one I just cut out of the solid green, and I didn't do any kind of blending or distressing or anything like that. I just left them as is, and I think they look just fine. This one I blended a couple. I used the ones that were, I used sprays to make these, and then I die cut them out. And so this was one of the sprays as well. And then I just cut these out. Some of them I did a little bit of ink blending on, but you really couldn't tell the difference, so I stopped. And this was the first one that I made. And then, of course, this sweet little fence panel in the back is this chicken wire, and this is the Slimline chicken coop die set. That's the whole die set. Lots of fun things in there. I mean, there's a pitchfork, there's door handles, there's little hinges. These are they can be little shelves up on a wall, or they can be like just a riser on the bottom. This is the die that I'll pull out that has the chicken wire. Of course, this is the ledge to go across the top of the coop. And then these are haystacks, the ladder. We've got the little chicken feet, chicken eggs, where you can have the legs coming out, and a door lock and the hinges. I mean, there's just so much to this die. It's so versatile. I need to pull this out and use it more. We had a hop with Whimsy a year, maybe 2 years ago. I'm not even sure anymore. But look at that. Look how fun that is. Let me flip this over. And I have used this in a variety of different ways, as have the other design team members. But I just thought it made the perfect fence panel for these little bunny butt cards. What do you guys think? I think it's so sweet. I can't. And look at his little feet. Look how dirty he got. It's so much fun. Oh my goodness. So I still have some of that grunge that I love so much, but they're also not. They're definitely not clean and simple. And part of me just wanted to add so much more. I wanted to add another layer, and I was like, nope, just stop. That's plenty going on those cards. I think they're so sweet. Y'all let me know what you think of those cards. And then, you know how I was saying that these were created when these backgrounds were created when I was just kind of sopping up pigments and other mediums that were on my desktop. I do that a lot, and these 4 tags were created like that probably a year-ish ago. And I was going to try to make something with them this week. I have a new fox stamp set from Whimsy that I'm not going to pull out, but I hope to make a set of tags with those foxes. I just thought this copper, you know, pulls out that foxy kind of coloring to their fur. So that's what these will become, most likely. But in that thought process, there's also, I have a bunch of tags. So let me back up to say I did, which I'll do another video with a flip through of this book, but I created this book in a workshop with Tracy Evans a couple years ago now. And when we were doing that, lots of leftover tags, lots and lots of leftover tags. So again, I'm not going to show you everything today because I'll come back in another video. These tags were made using leftovers. These were made using leftovers, and I just made these the other morning. So I am going to show you these. There's a new skunk set from Whimsy. And it is, let me pull it out and show you real quick. It's this. It's called Odorable Skunks. And then this circle die in the back is Connected Bubbles. First time I've used it, and I don't know why. I love circles. If you guys don't know anything else about me, know that I love circles. I don't know what it is, but I love them. So I thought this was a great opportunity to add some neutral to kind of balance out all of that color in the background. And yeah, just create fun little resting places for my little skunky images. So I stamped out all 4 images, and then I colored them up, and then I took the dies and I trimmed them out because I just they're not dies, they're tags. When I made these, I didn't have any tag dies, and so I just kind of eyeballed it. I'm like, okay, we'll snip here and snip here, and then I used a whole bunch to create the holes, and they're not even at all. But I tried to even them up some, and then of course I added my dies to them in different places, and where I had to cut off the excess I used it. So like this, that looks like it goes together, but it does not. That's just happenstance. But all the circle that was down here is now over here, and there's a little piece right there, and I've done the same over here and the same on these as well, because this one I put it at a little bit different angle, and then all of this was down over here. And so I just trim it off and I use it in different places, and that gives each page, they're very similar, but they're also very different. So lots of fun. I had so much fun in this workshop. I'll try to link the workshop downstairs too. Tracy Evans is amazing. She's one of the designers, one of the artists for All and Create. And this stencil in the back is one of, I think it's her stencil. It might be Abs. Abs is the owner. I'm not sure, to be honest. But that is one of my favorite stencils too. And you see circles, but that was one that she chose to use in her workshop. But I just thought these little guys were so stinking cute. And there it says too stinking cute, and hugs. This one says hang in there. This one says too stinking cute again, because they just are. And those are some of the sentiments for my odor half. You and I just make sense, like smelly sense. Trust your instincts. Hiya. Sweet, fun little puns, guys. All right, and then I am just going to flip through these others real quick just so you can see what you might be missing if you don't go to my next video when I get it up. So those are some tags that I made with leftovers from that workshop with Tracy Evans, which is where I created this book. And so, yeah. Lots of detail, lots going on there, but guys, come back and we'll go through those tags, and it'll just be those tags in that tag book. And I think that's it for today. So lots going on, and I thank you for allowing me to share these things with you. And let me know what you think downstairs. I hope you're able to hop along and see all the inspiration and all the fun makes everybody else is creating today and over the last week. And I hope you have a good time, and I would love to see what you're making. So if you aren't participating in hashtag #SatMornMakes, why don't you join us? Consider joining us and just use that hashtag. Use the hashtag if you're participating. Use the hashtag if you want to hop around and see what everybody's made. And you can see it all the way, see products all the way back to the inception of Saturday Morning Makes, which, if you aren't familiar, the sweet Jillian Norwood of Greenwood Cards, Greenwood Girl Cards, created it. And I'm not going to go into all of that because I say it in my other videos and others do it as well. So if you hop along, you'll hear it. But I thank you, Miss Jillian, for creating this. I thank you, Anna, for the beautiful inspiration on the vintage watercolor technique. And I know that that was created, or at least maybe first posted on, oh my gosh, why can't I think of it right now? It's the forum. If I think about it, I'll put it on the screen right here where I'm stumbling. But anyway, they posted it first, and then Miss Anna learned about it from there, and she shares her wealth of knowledge on her channel. So I just feel like Anna White and Jillian Norwood are very much my inspiration for being here today. So guys, I thank you for spending your time with me. You could be anywhere else, but you're here, and I know you're jonesing to go. So until next time, guys, this has been Nancy, the Handy Scandy, for Saturday Morning Mix. And until next time, mwah, I am out.